Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Emma, for those of you that don't know me, and I am a therapist, an energy healer and a spiritual guide. So if you saw the last video, you will know that we are doing a new series on New Age deceptions, and we are going to start the first one today on Law of Attraction. So to get started, I think we need to explain a little bit of what Law of Attraction is and where the deception actually comes in within the New Age movement. So we are always manifesting. Law of Attraction, LOA, in the New Age movement is basically manifesting. It's manifesting our lives, the lives that we want. What they don't really tell you within this movement is we're always manifesting anyway. Manifesting comes down to our thoughts and our beliefs. It comes down to our fears. It comes down to the what ifs we tell ourselves for not taking action on something that we actually do want to be taking action on. So we are constantly always manifesting in every moment of every day anyway. So the whole purpose of manifesting the life you want is about changing those mindsets, changing those beliefs that are causing blocks, and actually healing the wounds within that are stopping us from manifesting the life we want. Oftentimes these beliefs can come from not feeling worthy enough from childhood or abusive relationships. That can cause blocks. Wounds that we haven't faced and healed can cause blocks within us because of the beliefs and the stories we tell ourselves around those things. And you know, there's just a lot of factors really that play into it that don't get discussed enough. And people are being deceived into buying these $1,000 courses, more sometimes, and none of them cover the aspects of what is needed to manifest this dream life. So you've got a lot of deceptive people out there under this New Age movement that are making thousands out of people, and nothing works for a lot of people. You go from coach to coach to coach, and you're wondering why you're spending all these thousands of dollars or pounds and ultimately getting nowhere. So that is because you're not being told what you need to do, and that's the healing. It's the removing the blocks that are stopping you from being able to manifest as you want, as I say. And it's all about changing the mindset around these things. Also in Law of Attraction, they make it sound like, there was one I saw the other day, change your emotion, or change your emotion and move up one step in your vibration, and within 3 days you can manifest anything you want. And these people are all focusing on cars, houses, things like that, which is all materialistic and doesn't come under spirituality anyway. That's all focusing on self again. And you know, if you're having a spiritual awakening, you class yourself as a light worker, then it's not about manifesting material objects. It's about manifesting your life. So you're then in a position, as well as healing, so then you're in a position to then help others to do the same, not encourage them to be selfish and focus on cars and houses and things. You know, and it's, yes, we all need a car. I need a car right now. But these are like cars that you'd put a deposit for a house on, you know, extravagant things. So that's, to me, that is not what spirituality is all about. It's not what helping others is all about, and it's just comes down to greed and selfishness. So I forgot where I was going with that little tangent. Oh, manifesting. So my journey, I can see now when I look back how the things I have done from healing, changing my mindset around things, has started now. I mean, I'm on this journey for, I started in 2012. So what are we on now? I can't even do the maths. A long time. I'm not going to say you're figuring it out. So I've been on this journey a long time. I didn't actually realise I was on a spiritual journey until around 2016, 2017, and I realised what I was experiencing was actually an awakening. And I did fall into this new age trap of the law of attraction. I have spent money on it and got absolutely nowhere. Twin flames, I fell into that one, although I will do a video on twin flames as well. I didn't focus on it in the sense that, I was crying over where is my twin flame and getting obsessed with it and things like that. I wasn't that bad, thankfully, but I did think that there was a twin flame out there. And I'm not saying that divine counterparts and people, soulmates that we're supposed to work with on this journey don't exist. But again, the way it's put out in the New Age movement, it's deception. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent again there. We'll leave that for another video. So yeah, my journey has kind of taken a long time. And when you're manifesting this new life, you have to go through the healing first. You have to go through the facing your shadow and healing those core wounds. And again, a lot of the times with the law of attraction, they're getting you to spiritually bypass and not focus on these wounds that need healing ultimately. And instead they're saying, oh, just forget about that and focus on what you're grateful for. So you focus on what you're grateful for, and your vibration will start elevating. But it's called a spiritual bypass because you're not actually doing the healing to raise your vibration naturally, which is what naturally occurs when you start healing these wounds and these false beliefs. And instead you're spiritually bypassing. So then as soon as you come off the focusing of the gratitude because of this wound that is still playing a part in your life and affecting you, you're going to plummet straight back down again. And that's not consistent with bringing in these kind of manifestations that these people are on about, because you can't do it. It doesn't work. So we always have to go back to healing. We have to face our shadow, and it can be hard. I've been there, I've done it. In 2019, as some of you will know, I recovered my repressed memories from satanic ritual abuse and mind control. I found out that I was still a part of this. I was still under mind control to an extent at the time. I had largely broken it, which is why I was able to then perceive it and allow these memories to start returning. But I still had handlers around me and things like that. So I was still being controlled to an extent, and I had a lot of healing that I had to go through with that. And it meant facing, like looking at the memories that were coming up of what happened to me as a child, and then healing those core wounds, healing my inner child, really working with my inner child, changing my mindset around it, because a lot of the time when you grow up in abusive things, not just satanic abuse situations, but any sort of abuse situation, the blame is always put on the child, the shame, things like that. And we carry that throughout our lives. And it's something that we need to realise that we have nothing to be ashamed of and nothing to blame ourselves for an adult abusing us as a child, or a narcissist in a toxic relationship. And, so we have to work on losing the blame, shame and guilt as well that we carry around these things. Again, they're the false beliefs. They're things that shouldn't be there because we shouldn't be carrying them. That's on the abuser and that's not on us. So, there's a lot of aspects that you have to look at when you are healing. And these are the sorts of things then that you can heal. You can then let it go, or the pain at least of it, you can let it go. And then you can start raising naturally your vibration that way, as I say. So yeah, you really have to take a look inside. You do have to dive deep. I can help anyone with that if you want to book any sessions. And Just trying to think where to go next. We need to eliminate fear as well in the what ifs, as I mentioned earlier. So we can have, because of the trauma issues that we've got, we may not feel worthy for things that we want. Opportunities can come up, and we may not recognise them, or we may recognise them, but we might start putting doubt in the way, the fears, the what ifs. What if it doesn't work? What if it's not the right thing? And so you're missing golden opportunities because you still have these things playing within that are affecting you. And this is why it's so important that everything comes back to healing those core wounds. And I really can't stress that enough. In all my sessions, even if I do manifestation sessions with anyone, we always focus on the healing and the mindset and removing those blocks that are blocking us from bringing in the life we actually want, rather than the life we don't. Because as I said before, with the manifesting, we're constantly manifesting. The thing is, with the false beliefs and the mindset that we have and the what ifs, we're actually manifesting in what we don't want rather than what we do want. And that's because we're focused on the what ifs, or we're not taking the leap of faith that we need to take when these opportunities arise. And so then we're losing out that way, and we're just constantly stuck and never moving anywhere. Like right now, it's the full moon in Leo. Normally that is, full moons are normally for shadow work. You'll find a lot come up around the full moons. This full moon, however, is all about new beginnings. And if you've been feeling like you've been on a roller coaster since August, really, and you've felt all those changes and shifts happening inside, people may be falling away, you're starting to see people for who they are and that they're not really a friend, or they've been deceiving you in some way, you know, all these things are coming to light. And with this full moon, that's now putting us in a position that we can now step into that life that we've been trying to create. So for me, I've just been offered a job. I've been offered a place to stay. It's almost as though my path's been laid out for me without me even trying. But because of the healing I've been doing and the direction I wanted to go in, this is ultimately what's manifested for me. I was wanting to start going into more public speaking work, and motivational speaking, and that's the job that's now opened up. That's put me in that position to do that. I have the accommodation to go with it. But if I hadn't have done that healing work and the what ifs and the feeling worthy and things, well, I might not take that risk. I might stay in my comfort zone where I know I'm comfortable, I know I'm safe, I know I'm secure. You know, because I do have the accommodation, but you've still got to pay rent and everything, you know. There's still those steps. What if you don't like it when you get there? You know, there's always these what ifs that can come up, and I could allow that to happen and not take this step that ultimately I've manifested, because it's going to lead me into more of that public speaking role. And you know, if, as I say, if I hadn't have done the healing, I perhaps wouldn't be going right now, and I'd be missing out on that opportunity. And these are the things you need to take into account with law of attraction that you just don't get told by most of these gurus that really are just out for money. They're not interested in healing people, saving people, helping, using that money to help humanity in some way, you know, like the homeless or abuse shelters, anything like that. Instead, they're putting up pictures of the flash new car and the big mansion that they've just bought because they've manifested all this. Well, they haven't really, and they're not connected to source. They're actually connected to demonic entities. That's also then can get passed on to you through energy transfer. It's the same with healers as well, healers that haven't healed, and then they're going on to heal other people. Then most of them, well, I'm not going to say all because I don't know that. The majority of them are not connected into source. They haven't done the healing they need to do, and therefore they still have attachments, negative or demonic, and they then get transferred onto the person that they're supposed to be healing. You might get little nuggets of truth that kind of hook you in, but then ultimately whatever work they're doing with you doesn't work, and you've just been left with a load of attachments, and you might notice your life actually starts going even more downhill. So it is important to learn energy work as well for yourself and how to clear energies, because this can happen anyway, just walking out in the street. We can pick up attachments, and that's another reason to heal, because the attachments actually hook on to the wounds and then they amplify it, ramp it right up, and you know, this can cause absolute chaos in relationships and really destroy your life. It can get that bad. So yeah, we always want to heal. We always want to be careful, mindful of who we are working with. What sort of energy are they giving off? Do you think they're genuine? Do you think they're out to help people, or you know, is it more the opposite? So yeah, it's just quite a lot to factor in, really. So let's see what we've got. So I think that's really it. I'm just checking over my notes. It's pretty much all I wanted to say on it. Just use your discernment and just be careful with, you know, what you're doing and things, and just bear in mind that manifesting doesn't happen overnight, especially when you're trying to change your life. It can take a long time. I mean, this job offer that I'm moving to in a couple of weeks, that kind of manifested last year, but I wasn't ready within myself. I had to come into alignment with it. I wasn't finding accommodation for a long time. I had financial issues going on, so that wasn't helping. Really, because I've been through this transition from August until now, which is why I keep talking about it in my videos, because I know a lot of us have, and it did really affect me as well. So yeah, it's taken a long time to come. So don't get disheartened either, because, you know, that's another thing that's deceiving about all the law of attraction thing. It's not overnight. Some things can be, it depends what it is. But then if you've had this thought before, then, you know, it might not have literally been overnight. It might seem like it, but actually if you've thought this previously, it's just coming in now. So, you know, a lot to think about. But anyway, in my sessions, as I say, I do focus on healing when I'm in my law of attraction sessions. I do healing anyway. Everything comes down to healing. But in my law of attraction sessions, we work on the healing. We focus on the blocks with the false beliefs. We focus on the level of your worthiness, whether you feel worthy enough for these things. And we eliminate all the fears around it. And the what ifs that are also causing blocks. So then you can step in when your manifestation comes in. You can take those steps with confidence and not keep missing out on these opportunities that come up. You'll be able to recognize them for what they are. You'll be able to feel into it to know that it's right for you. Because we'll discuss that in the sessions as well, how you can do that. So yeah, if you would like to book, do contact me. If you're on Facebook, obviously you can message. If you are on YouTube, check the description below. If you email me on my Stronger, Wiser, Better email, we can sort out a booking that way. My website is still down because I'm in the process of changing everything over, because with this new beginning that's happening now in the chapter, I have been wanting to change my name for a while, my business name, and I've been backwards and forwards on different ideas, and yeah, I still need to get everything changed over and the new website up and running. So yeah, if you use the Stronger, Wiser, Better email for now, you can get me that way, which is in the description, the full email. And yeah, I look forward to working with you and also seeing you in the next video. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I don't want to trigger anybody. That's not what this is about. It's just about avoiding those deceptions, avoiding those spiritual traps that are put out there purposely to stop us awakening, fully awakening, and, you know, getting to where we need to be, really, and in a place where we can help other people, where our cup is full and it's overflowing for everybody else. So yeah, enjoy your day, and I will see you in the next video.